Well, good morning everyone. Rod Culleton back again with a different matter. I've got quite a few. If I was to swing that around, you'd see I've gone and bought a bigger filing cabinet because I seem to have summons after summons after summons being served on me, not only by the Australian Federal Police, but by the West Australian Police. So today, I just wanted to, again, keep people informed of how we as all must go forward and how we have to pay attention to what I'm saying. This is not legal advice. This is just bloody good advice. And this has to do with the Manolini Farm. And for those that aren't aware of the Manolini Farm, Manolini Farm was at 15 Manolini Road, Rynsbrook in Western Australia in the lower part of the Great Southern. Mr. Manolini and his father have been farming there since these calls that keep coming through, but I apologise for that. But what I want you to know is that Mr. Manolini has not been in a good state since that has happened. He has been the beneficiary of his golden harvest. There's no question about that. But he's just one of many that have come into the unlawful tactics carried out by certain individuals. And this one is Estelle Louise Blewett. Estelle Louise Blewett is a lawyer for Cause Chambers Westgarth. She is responsible. She was a person of interest in the Royal Commission, both her and Melanie Bowmanis, and they have continued to pluck our good family farms certainly around the state of Western Australia, and I can speak from experience. But we're about to go in again and address that because we're getting a better understanding. But look, so essentially what's happened, Mr. Manolini stood up for his rights. I accompanied him at the front gate, and a lot of people can recap on that video. It went viral, to be honest. I can't believe I did such a good job. I even followed the so-called law. I put a checkpoint out in the middle of the paddock and gave them a cupcake if they filled out their COVID vaccine, their work site. But anyway, you have to you have to keep something to keep you sane. So what I'm going to do now is just give you a quick background. So Mr. Manolini has been allegedly charged for stealing a motor car. Now, the receiver's car, this is the receiver's car, and this is Jeff Tomlin, is the individual I understand that has laid the complaint. I'm not sure, but definitely the so-called alleged bailiff who said he was openly on public record, and he hasn't come back to correct that he was appointed by the Attorney General's office. He was a bona fide so-called, law enforcement officer. What I will do, if you just give me a quick moment, because I didn't, as always, I didn't bring the statement that this Kerr has done. So just give me one moment. I'll duck out and I will get it quickly for you so that I can take you through it. Just hold on. So back again. Okay. Now, Terence William Kerr is so-called, says he's been delegated powers by the Sheriff Department, and I'll show you what he's provided. Actually, I'll well, I won't do it just yet because I'm actually bought myself a gimbal and I'm a little bit frightened how to use it in case it takes off somewhere else. But anyway, he's come through and he's filled out a witness statement, and I'll show you this properly. He said, so I'll take you through it because it's really important, okay? Here we go. He said, I am 66 years of age and I reside at an address known to police. I'm a delegated sheriff officer, assistant bailiff 026, and I'll show you this later, but it's all back to front, but I'll show you in the proper way. But that's what he's supplied. And if you notice, it's all in all caps, so he's a corporation. But anyway, on the 14th of October 2021, I was at 15 Manolini Road, Ryansbrook, in company with bailiffs Gary McNamara and Sue McNamara. Now, if you remember when I was there, I asked him, had the order that he had, was it a Crown order? Could I see the order? He said, no, you're not having a look at the order. But so what they've done now is they've filed the evidence. They've filed the evidence and the unified witness list. And the unified witness list is all the body cameras to the police. And like I said, there was that many coppers down in a civil matter that day than ecstatic fans of soccer in the Palms Stadium in United Kingdom. I tell you, it was just amazing the amount of resources over a civil matter, which has certainly affected Mr. Manolini. Now he goes, at approximately 12:45 p.m, I walked west along Manolini Road, Ryansbrook, to speak with the occupant of a vehicle towing a caravan which I believed to be a pre-arranged caretaker for the property. Whilst I was walking along the road, I was closely followed by a male person, whom I know to be Rodney Culleton, the accused present in court. Well, I'm not in court yet, but he seems to think we've got to establish jurisdiction. The offence is assaulting a public officer. That's the alleged offence. Okay. So he goes on and he says, I could hear him laughing. I was wearing a body camera which was recording at the time. The blow shocked me. Okay. There was no one else close to me when it happened. I instinctively yelled out, good on ya, you dickhead. Okay. Well, he might have something right there. In some people's mind, who knows? Maybe this is a true statement. I could see police officers up ahead, which were in the direction of Mr. Culleton, was running. Okay, so the police officers were in the direction I was running, so they would have caught, if anything had happened, which I'm telling you nothing did, they would have caught it on their body camera. The police stopped Mr. Culleton. I caught up with him and told the police he had whacked me from the back. Okay. So, here we go. Yeah. Righto. Rightio. Okay. So that's pretty much what he's done. So, okay. So the issue with this is, and I'll be upfront. They've now provided the unified witness list, and it's got Terence William Kerr. It says bailiff sheriff, so he doesn't know whether he's the Friar or the Frank. Attendance at address, property seizure, delivery order, details and service, office held, public officer. So he tells me he has an office of the public, account of assault incident, body worn BWC footage, which is body worn camera, and he is giving evidence in the court with his camera. And I'm going to show you what has come off his camera because I've supplied that. Matthew Johnson, who is the young pup at the Kojonup police station, he's, you certainly wouldn't put him in the sheep yard, he'd put the sheep over the fence, but he's come in, he's giving evidence. He said, arresting officer, hang on, body-worn camera footage captures victim running towards police and words spoken by victim and accused after alleged assault. Okay. John Allenson. Body-worn camera. Footage captures victim running towards police and words spoken by victim and accused after allege. Okay. Corroborates with Johnson, but he's not giving evidence. He's not called as a witness. Michael John Little. Caretaker driving red utility and caravan spoken by bailiff prior to alleged assault. Did not witness assault. Jaden Lowe, who was he's the sergeant at Kojonup Police Station. Jaden Lowe, present of bail of property seizure delivery order. He's not giving evidence. Sarah Lowe, present for bail of property seizure delivery order. No witness to alleged assault. Carol DeRonch, no witness to alleged assault. I'm just repeating what I'd already read out. Jeffrey Osborne, no witness to assault. They all wore body-worn cameras. Baden McMillan, no witness to assault. Darren Redhead, no witness to assault. Tennille Redhead, no witness to assault. These are all police officers there. I mean, God, look at them all. Rachel Dow, no witness to assault. Susie Carol McNamara, no witness to alleged assault. Gary Jack McNamara, no witness to alleged assault. Now here's an interesting one for you. Wayne Manolini, the proprietor of the property, person named on the property seizure delivery order, was not present during alleged assault. Well, that's an absolute downright lie. And I'm going to tell you because we've caught it on camera. And so I'm going to take you to it. And we'll go here. So first of all, everything you see in this witness list is in all uppercase letters, which is a corporation. That is not myself as the people of this great nation, one of many people of this great nation. And that's why it's really important we're actually creating our own legal department as we speak. We're getting some very, very good minds right around the country, even certain individuals that have been in the justice system for a long time are waking up and seeing what we're saying and how this is playing out. Now, my point that I want to give to everyone this morning is that one police officer has taken it upon himself with no other evidence of any incident occurring, because obviously he's, I don't know, for whatever reason, has now engaged the courts, has now engaged the cost, and not only what it cost for all the public, because we pay for it as taxpayers, we pay these public servants, which are, I don't make the claim, the law makes the claim, are devoid of Her Majesty's crown. There is no question that the Parliament has absolutely given us the undisputable evidence on that. There is no question, okay? This is a real issue of where these coppers actually stand at law. But anyway, let's give them the benefit of the doubt that they had a lawful reason to be down there because they thought there would be a breach of the peace. Well, there was no breach of the peace. Mr. Manolini was going about his business, daily business, and I was there encouraging him as a candidate to run for the up-and-coming election, and I was there perhaps talking to him about him voting for me. Every vote is a count to get you over the line. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you to the video, and I'm also going to take you to the recording, because technically they say that I'm on bail, okay, for this alleged offence against a public officer, which the Sheriff Department has confirmed with me. I've done all the investigations that he is not in that area a public officer. And I'm going to show you the law that actually backs it up, because one thing leads to another. And this is the guy, this Kerr, goes around and dispossesses a lot of families out of their homes. And Estelle Louise Blewett and Melanie Bay Manus of Cause Chambers, Westgarth, and even David Johns at Freehills, or Herbert Smith, Freehills, or whoever they are. These are the lawyers in Western Australia that have removed unlawfully, we say, unlawfully, we believe, has unlawfully removed our great family farmers and their families, which was carried out at Manolini. But let me take you to it. Okay, remember, I asked him, did he have a Crown order? And he wouldn't do it. So let's have a look at the paperwork that this fellow had on the day. So let me just take you to this, and I'll play it. It's already been played on the internet, but I'll play it again. Okay, so I'll just take this out, I think. I'll turn it around. Hopefully I'm not boring everyone. Okay, I'm going to take it around. It won't let me take it out. Or will it? Yes, it will. Okay, so here we go. Oop. Okay, am I still the right way up, hopefully? So here we go.
Good on you, dickhead. Mate, he just whacked me as I went through. Grab him, the bailiff. He whacked me as he went through. Eh? Yep.
Right, now stop there. I want to take you to this individual here. Well, everyone will know that that's actually Mr. Manolini. So then, which was what I said to you, the prosecutor, whoever that is saying that Mr. Manolini had no knowledge of what went on. Well, that certainly, I can tell you right now, is Mr. Manolini. And if I take you back down to this little show, I'm not sure how I came into contact with him. That is actually the GoPro stick, the handle I had doing my live stream that day. But there it is. This is him. I'm nowhere near him. But anyway, this is what this corporal, whatever his name is, has said, that he's going to commence a prosecution. And we can see Mr. Manolini up there, and you can see all the police officers that were around the time. That's the bailiff's finger. This is the other lady that claimed to be an assistant bailiff. And this is the police when they confronted me, and I said I didn't. So we go on here. But here we are. Look at them all. I mean, you get more flies over a bloody camel turd, I can tell you. So there's Mr. Manolini, well and truly, right there on his phone, and he has verified to me at all times he was looking, and he did not at any time see a strike, and certainly I'm not in the position to do that. There's Mr. Manolini again, very, very clear that he was facing in the direction, because he was concerned of my well-being and who was trying to come up. And there we have the more police officers as we go on. I mean, look at the cops that were out on a civil matter. I mean, for God's sake. And then the locksmith claimed to be a bloody fencing contractor because the way that they were fixing the fence. But anyway, this is the evidence that they're relying on, nothing else. So let's just keep going through here. So here it is. Now, what I want to do is take you to this document, which, no, we'll go again. Sorry, I'm just doing my best here. Here, whoop, 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 whoop. Is it here? Actually, I'll take it back to the start because we'll get a better look at it here, I think. Here it is. Here it is. Hopefully I'm not making you feel too crook here. Just bear with me. It's all evidence. That's there. Oh, shit. What do we got here? So here's the alleged document that claims to give him authority to take Mr. Manolini's farm. Well, That's not a court order. And first of all, that's not Wayne Manolini. That's nonsense. And that's certainly not, well, I don't know who she is, but that is definitely not Wayne Manolini. Mr. Manolini does not write his name in all caps. That is a nonsense. But let's have a look here. Hello, the Sheriff's Office in all lowercase. So this joker has obviously come along, written up a bit of paperwork, and he's got property handed to agent. Well, who's that? Who's the agent? So this is the document that the Kojonup police were comfortable with to go out and take Mr. Manolini's property. I mean, I cannot believe this. What's this, a PSDO? What's that? It should be property seizure delivery order. It should cite the act and what it's created under. It does nothing. That's just a bit of paper that purports to be something that they can flash around the place. So this is where you can catch these jokers out doing what they're doing. So technically at the moment, I am required to travel 7 hours to a police station every Friday on this trumped up charge, where it's just, there is no evidence that puts us even near this guy to say that he has, but let me take you through it again, all right? So I'll let you have a look at it. Let's take it again.
Good on you, dickhead. Mate, he just whacked me as I went through. Grab him. The bailiff.
Okay.
What?
The bailiff. The bailiff. Well, let's go here now. Let's go and have a look at what the coppers should have done. And let's see. Oh, here it is. Well, here's a picture that Mr. Manolini took of this gazelle. And as you can see, he reckons he was hit on the back of the neck, and there's certainly no red marks there other than a bit of aging, but that's about it. So that's the evidence that, you know, we're going to put in if we even accept it. The whole thing should be thrown out. It's just it's a disgrace. But let me take you to this. This is what okay, this is the Western Australian Act. Right, so here we go. An ordinance for restricting the responsibilities of the Sheriff of Western Australia. Right, it's going to be the Sheriff of Western Australia. Now, if we come down here, right, it says, any process of civil court of the said colony shall be limited to any official duties dischargeable by himself or his deputies within the distance of 50 miles from the office of the said sheriff in the town of Perth. Well, hello. And then anything else he needs, he has to have a proper court document. Now, that poses a real problem for them, because this is what the police haven't realised, is that the sheriff's powers exhaust 50 miles from the office of the said sheriff in the town of Perth. This has not been changed. It's an 1851 Act, and it's still in force. And it certainly goes, it says responsibilities of sheriff in civil court. So there you go. Distance of 50 miles. Well, hello. So how does this guy claim to be a public officer through his alleged, here we go, bullshit, so here he goes. He's a notice of delegation. This is what he's done. Pursuant to Section 66 Fines, Penalties, Infringement, Notice Enforcement Act 1994, which hasn't received Her Majesty's Royal Assent, is not a Crown Act and is not law because it hasn't satisfied the letters patent. And that's what I've been saying. Everything since 1973 and 1986 is not our law. It's not been assented to in our rightful Queen. There he is. Oh, there we go. That's the sheriff. And here he comes here. Terence Kerr, all capitals, delegate. Well, even if it was to be true that he had delegated powers, how does it extend 50 mile out of Perth? So he's out of jurisdiction. So look, so that's where we're going there. So let me take you, and I just want to give it to you as raw because I am quite concerned, and I want to let you know how I get spoken to. I got a just hang on a minute, hopefully I'll come back again. I got a message to attend from the court of WA to attend the nearest police station. At the time I was in Esperance. I went there. This is only an alleged offence. I mean, really, when you look at it, there's just nothing there and there's real problems with it, but I want to take the public with me. It said I had to report to the nearest police station. So I did, and I was feeling unwell that day. I was really feeling unwell. I was actually unwell for 2 or 3 days, and I'd actually put a notice into the court that I was unwell, and we got a doctor's certificate and so forth. And so I went to the Esperance police station, and they said, come with me. I said, oh, what for? And we've got to process you. And I said, well, but it's only an alleged charge. I'd just been asked to come to the police station. And he said, no, mate, we're locking you up. I said, oh, you what? He said, we're locking you up. I said, what do you mean locking me up? I can sit in the interview room. I said, I'm not convicted. No, we have to lock you up in a cell until you can get in front of a magistrate. 5 hours I was in a cold cell, unwell, in Esperance police station. Now, what happens now is I'm supposedly on bail for this because, no one witnessed what was going on. Now my life has changed. So trying to do the right thing, trying to prevent the theft of larceny against Mr. Manolini. And I'll play this for you. I apologise. There is some offence. Some of the language may offend, and I apologise for that. But I'm not going to edit it out. It's how him and I spoke, and it's about this. The WA police claim that I'm telling them just hang on a minute. They're telling me that I'm telling them that I gave them a bum steer, that because I couldn't report, I said I couldn't report because I'm due in court. So let me tell you here. So here it is here, CDPP, 12th of July. Oh, hang on, is it 12th of July? Okay. Dear Mr. Culleton, well, that's not my name. Prosecution of Rodney Norman Culleton, that's again not my name. Initial disclosure. Perth Magistrates Court, first mention, 12th of August. Now, that is the document that's come through from the Commonwealth Director of Public Prosecution. Also, we go here. Now, this is interesting because the WA police don't sign their prosecution notice, and they're certainly not witnessed by a JP, which is required under the Act. But anyway, it says here, right, court hearing notice. Now, it's very plain. That's accused. That's me. He did say, anyway, it goes on to the accused. So we come down here. Okay, date and time, 12th of August 2022, 10 a.m, 501 Hay Street, Perth, WA. Now, I've sent this to the WA police, and I'm going to get you to listen to what they said to me and how personal it got, and you can be the judge. And I apologise for any offensive language. For the record, I'm recording. I don't even know who you are. You could be anyone on a private number. Who are you?
I am. Are you ready?
Yep.
Acting Senior Sergeant Jason Law, acting officer in charge at the moment of Esperance Police Station.
Right.
I believe...
So the person, no, don't believe, mate, that's a belief.